Welcome to Law Pundits. If law interests you and you want to learn more about law, then please subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sylvia, and really appreciate you taking the time to explain and clarify some of the most pressing and confusing questions that many of the law students have before they start making their application for their LLM program. Without further ado, let's start with the question. The first question and the most important question that we get asked here at Law Pundits and IALLM is that what is the best time to do an LLM or apply for an LLM? Is it better to apply for an LLM straight after college, that's the undergraduate law degree, or is it better if a prospective law student gets some experience as a lawyer practicing either in the courts or as a corporate lawyer, or gain some kind of work experience in the law field before they apply for the LLM? What is viewed more positively?
You know, that's a really good question. I think the answer is absolutely going to depend on who you ask. So I will share with you my personal view. It happens to be Columbia's view also, but it's my view. I think that the majority of applicants are not ready to do an LLM straight out of school. There are some exceptions, and we certainly will take a handful of people straight from school. But I think that you are better off doing the LLM after you've been practicing for a few years. For starters, the practice of law looks very different than the study of law does. I think it's important to get out, get some practice, get some life experience, and then discover whether that area of law that you started practicing is really what you're interested in, and understand what the gaps in your knowledge are. So I encourage people to wait a minimum of 1 year. I think 2 is even better, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there is such a thing as too many years of experience to do an LLM. You're always going to learn a lot. But I think it's best to have at least 1 or 2 years of post-law school full-time experience. What kind of work? It doesn't matter. People think, oh, I have to go to a law firm. Absolutely not. You can work for a judge as a clerk. You can work for an international organization. You can work at a school, but something where you're using your law degree and you're starting to figure out what the practice of law is like and what you like and what your strengths are.
Students usually apply for LLM sometimes in October, and sometimes in November, and sometimes in later during the year. So for a student who's serious about doing an LLM in one of the top law schools, what would be the ideal time to start the LLM application process?
And that is an excellent question. And the complete answer is that the students should start thinking about applying to an LLM program a few years before they start. Not because the process of applying takes that long, but the thinking to prepare to do an LLM. You should think about why you're doing an LLM. And I encourage applicants to step back and think about, why did they go to law school to begin with? What were their goals? How have their goals changed? And what are their current and future goals? How does an LLM fit into it? What do they want to learn in the LLM? Do they want to go to a school where they can specialize in their area, which I suggest is not the best thing to do. I think it's okay to take some courses in your area of law, but you should be going to explore a lot of different areas. Do research about schools. Do research about parts of the country if you're thinking of a US LLM, but also consider LLMs in other countries. Once you have pretty much decided that, yes, I want to do an LLM in the US and I want to be in a big city or a small city, you've made those decisions, it should still be taking you about 6 months to prepare a proper application. The personal statement is very challenging. It is your chance as an applicant to talk to the admissions committee, and so you have to be really thoughtful about what you want the committee to know about you. You need to get good letters of recommendation, and you want to give your recommenders an opportunity to do some thinking about you and to write the letter in their time frame, not in yours. And then if you're applying to a school that requires LSAC, that you apply through LSAC, that process, while it simplifies the process a lot, can take a bit of time. So minimum, you should give yourself 3 months, but I think in the ideal world, you spend about 6 months on the application. But I suspect that most people are not spending 6 months. I think most people are probably spending 2 or 3.
Let's talk about personal statement. Now, this is again another mystery for many people. Is there any good length for a personal statement or a statement of purpose? What should a student keep in mind when he or she is writing a statement of purpose?
And I think that the comments I'm about to make apply for any school that you're applying to, at least in the US, you should not waste your personal statement or statement of purpose, as you all call it, reciting your CV. You will likely be submitting a CV. So if your statement of purpose says, I went to this law school, I graduated in this year, I took these classes, you've wasted that. You've already told us. Tell us about you. What life experiences have made you who you are? Maybe it's a journey that you took, a trip that you took with your family where you found out something about yourself that you didn't know about. Maybe you did some community service. Maybe you had to deal with a family illness that taught you resilience. Whatever it is that has made you who you are. Talk about your goals, your professional goals, your personal goals. How does the LLM fit into it? If there is a burning legal question that you want to research, tell us about that. Don't spend 3 pages on that, because that can get a little boring. But do tell us, why it is that topic interests you. If you're using the LLM as a year to transition from one area of law to another, tell us that. I've been practicing for 5 years and I'm not sure it's what I want to do. I want to explore it. That's okay. The LLM can be about exploring. It's your opportunity to talk to us about you. And tell us why my school, of course in my case it's Columbia, fits into your plans.
Another key question that every law student who's going to do an LLM will have is the career opportunities or the career options when they plan to do an LLM. Say, for example, if they're going to be doing an LLM from a top law school in the US, what are the options of a career as a lawyer in the US, or what are their other career options that are available? And as Columbia being a leading law school, what help do you do for your LLM students?
So the answer, as in much in law, is it depends, right? There is no one answer fits all. It depends on where you earned your first law degree, the strength of the economy in that country, the relations between that country and the US in terms of business relations and work being done back and forth. It depends on the years of experience that you have and what kind of experience you have. What kind of work do you want to do in the States, for how long? So we tell our students that those who want to find work first in the private sector, it is really important that they employ their connections from home. So if you're at a law firm here, in India, for example, but wherever your home is, you should be talking to the lawyers in your country who can help make contacts at firms in the US if that's what you're looking for. If it's in the nonprofit world, the same thing. If you've got any contacts, you should be mobilizing those. But most of the US law schools will have offices devoted to helping you find a job. They will help you draft resumes, letters of recommendation, do research about firms or organizations that you should be applying to. So you won't be doing it alone. But if you are doing the LLM with the idea that there is a guarantee that you're going to be able to work in the US afterward, then you may not want to do the LLM, because there are no guarantees, other than the guarantee that most of the schools will work really hard to help you. When do you start searching for the job? Again, it depends. What kind of work do you want to do, and the program that your school has. At Columbia, for example, we host with 5 other law schools a big job fair in January for LLMs. And we go through, we have it sort of calendared out when you prepare your resume, when you apply to the jobs, and so you don't have to worry about what the timing of that is.
You know, I'm going to ask this, and this is there in the minds of all the people who are considering an LLM application, which is the cost of doing an LLM. What are the scholarships that Columbia provides, and what are some of the general scholarship that a law student should look for when applying for an LLM program?
You know, the question about scholarships is absolutely important, because doing an LLM in the US is expensive. It is not only the cost of tuition and fees, but of course the living expenses. I think it's absolutely worth it to do it. There's a great return on investment, but of course you have to have the funds to pay up front. So there are many different places to look for funding, and students should start looking for funding the moment they decide that they're going to apply to an LLM. There are organizations like Fulbright, the Ford Foundation, many of those organizations who support lawyers who want to do LLMs throughout the world. A lot of these places you need to apply a whole year before you apply for the LLM. So the date to start looking for aid is today, if you know you could do an LLM. There are a lot of country-specific scholarships. Those usually you can find them pretty easily online, sometimes through universities. You can find them USAID, a lot of the US embassies will have that kind of information. There are also a lot of university scholarships. Columbia has a very generous scholarship program, but we don't have enough funds to meet the need of every single applicant, which is why it's important that students look for other sources of funding. And ours is a cost-sharing model primarily, where we will pay for a portion and then you're expected to contribute the rest. But there are lots and lots of sources of funding, and these students just have to do the work online to find them.
In terms of the deadline for the application, when does Columbia have its deadline for the LLM application?
Okay, so at Columbia we have two different deadlines. We have our early review deadline, which is usually one of the first days in November, depending on the calendar. If November 1st falls on a Saturday, the deadline will usually be the following Tuesday. If you get us a full application by that day, we promise you an answer by December 31st. So it's really nice for the applicant because they can be done with the process early on, or if for some reason they don't get admitted to Columbia, then they know that they have to apply to other schools. But our regular deadline is in mid-December. This year it's December 18th. I think you'll find there are probably about 8 or 9 US law schools who have either late November or mid-December deadlines, but the majority of schools then continue throughout the year and do rolling admissions. But for us, the last deadline is mid-December.
In terms of letters of recommendation, how important do you think are the number of letters of recommendation? And who do they submit it from? Does it make any sense for a law student to be submitting a letter of recommendation from somebody who is a popular person like a judge or an academic who is very well known, as opposed to somebody who is their particular professor or who they have worked in a close capacity? What should a student, who should a student approach when they are looking for a recommendation letter?
Great question. Number one is the ideal number of letters of recommendation is the number that the school asks for. And most schools will tell you we want 2 letters or we want 3, or they might say minimum of 2, maximum of 3. Don't go over the maximum that the school asks for. At Columbia, we want 2 letters of recommendation, but we understand that sometimes a student will submit 3. I'll give you an example. Maybe a student or an applicant has been practicing corporate law for 3 years and 6 months ago moved into the human rights world. And while they will get a letter of recommendation from their new supervisor, that relationship has not been in existence for that long, so they would like a letter from their corporate supervisor, and that's fine. At Columbia, we want 1 letter from a professor and 1 letter from a work supervisor. But the most important thing is that these have to be people who know you, the applicant, not somebody famous, as you just said, not sort of the top professor at your school, whatever that means, I'm not sure what it means, who didn't really teach you or who taught you in such a big class that they don't know who you are. We want somebody who can speak about you as a student, who talks about your preparation for class, your intellectual curiosity, your willingness to take academic risks, to ask questions, and to maybe give answers that later on prove to be wrong, but to engage with your material. The same thing at work is people who have supervised your work and know you as a lawyer. I say to every applicant, if a recommender says, sure, I'm happy to sign a letter, why don't you draft it and I'll sign it, don't take that. Move away, because you as the applicant are not going to be able to speak about yourself as a student or as a lawyer the way a supervisor will. So thank the person and then find somebody else. If your recommender doesn't write English very well, let them write the letter in their native language and then you pay to have it translated, because you want the recommender to be able to express themselves clearly. Give them a copy of your personal statement, give them a copy of your CV so that they know why it is that you're pursuing the LLM. And just do follow the instructions and don't submit more than the school asks for.